So you're thinking about moving to Sandy, Utah, but you want to know the good and the bad, as well as the pros and the cons of living in Sandy. Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, because we get questions all the time from people that are looking to make a move to Sandy, and a lot of times they have questions. You know, should it be Sandy that they move to? Should it be South Jordan? Maybe Draper? How about even Riverton? So normally they're doing a comparison of all the different areas that are located in the south end of the Salt Lake area. So we have this discussion a lot with clients. It happens all the time. And we wanted to let you know up front what the good and the bad is. That way, when you give us a call, we can have a little bit more in-depth conversation on the real estate side and find out exactly what's going to fit your family the best. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, and if you want to know everything there is to know about living in Salt Lake, Utah, as well as the surrounding areas like Sandy, then subscribe below, click the bell for notifications. That way you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Salt Lake. My name's Steve Gilbert with eXp Realty, and my team and I, we get calls and texts and emails every single day from people just like you that are looking to make their move to the Salt Lake area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to make a move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Salt Lake, Utah. So as I mentioned, we are talking about Sandy, Utah. Sandy's located about 15 miles south of Salt Lake City. And from the Salt Lake International Airport, you're about 18 miles south of the airport. And so that's going to take us to our first pro. Sandy really is centrally located, and it's such a great area to live if you want an easy commute. I-15 runs north and south up along the state of Utah, and it runs right through the west side of Sandy. And so it's easy to hop on the freeway, shoot north to get to Salt Lake, or shoot south to get down to the Lehigh area if you happen to work for one of the tech companies down there on the Silicon Slopes. So Lehigh south out of Sandy, you're only about 14 minutes. That really just makes life a lot easier. You know, if spending more time at home, more time in the family is a priority, then Sandy could be a great area to consider because of the simple commute time, easy access to the freeway. Now, the second pro that I want to talk about is the UTA transit system. So this is Utah's transit authority, and there's a couple different aspects to it. You may not work in the Salt Lake or Lehigh area. Let's say that you work in Provo or up in Weber County, up in Ogden. Then the Front Runner system runs through the west side of Sandy, and this is the high-speed train that you can hop on and enjoy and relax as you travel to work. Now, outside of the Front Runner, we have the light rail system. So Utah Tracks, it runs from the Salt Lake area, and it travels down south. The red line travels right through Sandy, and there's 4 different stops, and these stops have park and ride. So you're able to drive your vehicles down to the parking lot. You can leave it there. You can hop on the track system, and then you can travel up to Salt Lake or anywhere between Sandy and Salt Lake to get to work. And so this is going to be another stress-free way to go to work. You know, if you don't want to have to, worry about the hassles of driving and finding parking at work, the transit system is a great alternative to that. And Sandy is a great location because the Tracks line runs right into Sandy, right through it, giving you lots of opportunity for that. The third pro that I'll share is the shopping. So Sandy has got a lot of shopping opportunities. There's certainly no shortage of stores in the Sandy area. Now, if you've watched the video of the Sandy vlog where I take you through some of the neighborhoods, I actually share with you one of the developments is called the Karens. And what this is this is an area which is really designed about live, work, eat, play, all right where you live. To have a lot of shopping so that someone can live, they can rent, or they can, own one of these luxury condos, but they can walk to everything, to entertainment, to dining, to shopping. And that's really right, all of this shopping is located right in the heart of this area. So the majority of the shopping centers will be located between I-15 and State Street. And you've got big shopping centers like the Southtown Mall, and this is a shopping mall. It's an indoor mall, and there's 150 different stores and restaurants. And so pretty much anything that you need can be found here. The surrounding areas, which would include like there's a Target just outside the parking lot of the mall, but we've also got like the Costco. So just south of the mall is a Costco, so plenty of shopping opportunities. You've also got the Shields sporting goods store. So if you're into sports, if you're into outdoor sporting activities, man, Shields is just a fun place to go. They've got different exhibits that are entertainment, they're educational. It's got the great big Ferris wheel in the center that you can go for a ride, you know, take the littles with you. Enjoy a few minutes there in Shields, just enjoying the fun atmosphere and all of the sporting equipment that they have to offer. So Sandy, definitely a great spot, makes it really easy and convenient for all of your shopping needs. The fourth pro to living in Sandy would be the entertainment. So there's a lot of different entertainment options in the Sandy area. First one I want to talk about is Salt Lake Real. Now this is Utah's professional soccer team. And Utah doesn't have a lot of professional sports. We have the Utah Jazz for basketball, but then in 2005, Utah brought in the Real Salt Lake. So now we have a professional soccer team, so it's great. And their stadium, right there in the Sandy area. So if you enjoy going to soccer games, it's nice and close. You can participate and enjoy that. So that's always fun to do. Now, across the street from the Salt Lake Real is Jordan Commons, and this is a big 20-screen megaplex theater. So you can go and watch movies. It does have an IMAX screen as well. Now, what's unique about Jordan Commons is this was the first of many different megaplex theaters that came to Utah. And when you walk into Jordan Commons, it's like you're stepping into a city. So it's a real unique feel. It's really fun. There's restaurants in there, all those movie screens. So it's a fun place to go and enjoy some time. There's restaurants across the street in the parking lot of the Commons as well. Now, right next to Jordan Commons, just south of it, is the Expo Center. And this is where like the boat show come and the RV show come. Those are typically in February or March, so they're early in the spring. But you can go to the Expo Center. They pack that place full of RVs. The next week they pack it full of boats. So you can just go and enjoy seeing all the different options out there. And if you're into that outdoor recreation, then there's a lot of different buying and sell opportunities that take place at these expos. Now this is also where the home shows held, car shows, fitness shows. So all of these different type of expos that you can go, browse, you know, learn more about those different industries. Great options right there. Now there's also the Hell Center Theater. So performing arts, they have shows like The Little Mermaid, like Newsies, there's even like the Titanic musical. And so it's a great family oriented theater. They're always rotating those performances through as well. So if you're into the performing arts, the Hell Center Theater is a great option to go to as well. And then if you want to enjoy some concerts outside, Sandy has an outdoor amphitheater. So for the summer months, early fall months, there's options with that as well. Go and enjoy a concert, right? What's better than enjoying a summer evening in the park at an amphitheater with some great music? So just one more great entertaining option in the Sandy area. The fifth pro for Sandy would be the restaurants. Now it goes pretty much hand in hand that if there's good entertainment, there's good shopping, then normally you've got good restaurants. And that's exactly the case in Sandy. There's plenty of options when it comes to finding a great place to eat. So whether you're looking for a local favorite like the Tin Roof in Sandy, this was featured on drive-ins, diners, and dives. And this is a diverse eatery in a low-key environment, but it's got some great food. So that's a local favorite there. Another local favorite would be like the Philadelphian Sandwich Shop. So they have cold sandwiches, but really what they're famous for is their Philadelphian and their cheesesteak sandwiches. So just a big, fat, juicy, delicious sandwich. So I used to stand in line for an hour during lunch just to get a sandwich there. You know, whether it's a local favorite or whether you want to go more of your traditional chain restaurants like a Texas Roadhouse, whether it's an Olive Garden or a Chili's, you know, there are so many different options when it comes to restaurants right in the Sandy area. So they've got great steakhouses like Carver's Steakhouse. And so whatever you're in the mood for, you're pretty much going to find it in the Sandy area. The majority of these restaurants are located between I-15 and State Street, right through that shopping area where the Shills and the Costco, the Southtown Mall, the Real Salt Lake Stadium, the Jordan Commons, that's where the majority of all these restaurants are found. But there's also restaurants scattered throughout other parts of Sandy as well. So lots of options when it comes to dining out. The number 6 pro for living in Sandy would be golfing. If you enjoy golfing, there's some great options there. For public courses, you have the River Oaks right in Sandy. That's an 18-hole course. You've also got the Mountain View Golf Course. You're actually crossing just out of Sandy, heading into West Jordan, but that's another 18-hole course right there. You've got Pebblebrook course in Sandy as well. So a few different golf courses that are close. For year-round golf, there's always Top Golf, and that's not in Sandy, but it's in the Midvale area, just across the border of Sandy, and so that's year-round. Entertainment as far as golf goes. You can keep those golf skills nice and sharp by golfing in a controlled, heated environment all winter long. So great options there. Now on the private side, there's a couple of country clubs. So we've got the Willow Creek Country Club, and we've also got Hidden Valley Country Club. Those are both located on the east side of Sandy, and it's it's just right in the shadows of the Wasatch Mountains. So as you're golfing, man, you've got the most incredible, spectacular views of the Wasatch Mountains if you prefer to golf at these private clubs. The number 7 pro for Sandy would be mountain access or outdoor recreation. And if you've watched any of my videos that I've talked about Sandy, I always talk about the convenience to the ski resorts and to hiking trails, and I love the great outdoors. It's a passion of mine, so you're probably going to hear me talk about it a lot, but that's probably my favorite pro about living in the Sandy area, and that is the convenience of the ski resorts, of hiking trails, of just the beauty of getting out in the great outdoors. So from the east side of Sandy, you're only about 7.5 miles up to the ski resorts. That's Snowbird, that's Alta. It doesn't get much easier than that. So if you like to ski, if you like to snowboard, it's quick, it's easy access. When the fresh snow comes, you can be the first one up the canyon and heading down the slopes. Now, if you're not into skiing or snowboarding, that's okay, because there's some great summer activities up there as well. At Snowbird, they have the Cliff Lodge, and there's spas up there. There's different activities, there's yoga classes. There's a lot that you can do up there. You can go up there, enjoy the night because they have rooms available. So there's also the tram up there. It's always fun to take that tram ride from the lodge to the top of the mountain. You get to enjoy all the scenery that the mountains have to offer. So just incredible views, incredible beauty. It's something that you got to check out. Even if you don't end up in Sandy, you got to go to Snowbird. You got to check out the tram and just enjoy that experience. Now, there's also all kinds of hiking trails. There are 23 different hiking trails in Little Cottonwood Canyon, and that's where Snowbird and Alta are located. So if you're not into winter activities, there's plenty of summer activities. In the fall time, it's incredibly beautiful, just enjoying the changing leaves. So that's all right there in your backyard in Little Cottonwood Canyon. You've got Bell's Canyon, which has a great hike. But if you want to do mountain biking, now this is down in Draper, which borders Sandy, but you're only about a 10-minute drive from Sandy to Corner Canyon, and there are 79 bike routes. Okay, so there are tons of options when it comes to mountain biking. People come from all over the state to ride Corner Canyon. You can ride up the one-way tracks like Clark. You can get up to Rush, which is a one-way track down. There's just all kinds of options. So you've got Vertigo, you've got Levitate, you've got Anns. I mean, there's just all kinds of trails. So great mountain biking. My boy used to be on the junior high mountain biking team, so we got to ride that all the time with the school. I got to really know that trail system, and just a lot of great options, a lot of fun, just to get out there and enjoy nature on a bike. Okay, so that wraps it up for the pros that I'm going to share about the Sandy area. And you're probably thinking, well, geez, if there's that many pros, could there possibly be any cons about the Sandy area? And the reality is there's not very many. So as I thought about this, I'm like, what are probably the biggest downfalls about living in Sandy? And so, I did come up with one that I wanted to share with you. And You know, because I personally worked in Sandy at 3 different offices in the Sandy area, you know, I'm pretty familiar with it. So I've been able to experience it. I can really share with you these pros and the cons. But because Sandy is known for entertainment, restaurants, the shopping, they've got the Salt Lake Real. So just consider this. When there's a soccer game going on at Salt Lake Real Stadium, when there's a home show going on at the Expo Center, or there's an RV show, there's a boat show. Whenever the holiday shopping season is here for the Southtown Mall or for the Shield Sporting Goods Center, there's going to naturally be an influx of traffic to the area. And so traffic would be one of the drawbacks to being in Sandy. There's going to be naturally more congestion in that area. Now, thankfully, it is mainly concentrated between the I-15 and State Street area. It runs between 90th South and 114th South. So that's basically the whole stretch of that area. Now, further east in Sandy, you're not going to be as affected by the traffic, but just keep in mind that that's something that being a Sandy resident, because there are so many great entertaining and shopping and restaurant options, that there's just going to naturally be an influx of people coming to the area. So, but outside of that, man, what a great area. And you know, if you're thinking about making a move to the Salt Lake or the Sandy area, whether it's a 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Salt Lake, Utah. And until then, I hope to see you around town.